Hey, I just wanted to show how even a simple bash script can be more effective in some cases than an entire web page. This is a great web page. It's the ingredient weight chart from King Arthur Flour. You can look up, for example, flour. There's quite a few entries though, but all-purpose flour looks like it's right at the top, and you can find, okay, what is the weight of a cup of it in ounces and in grams? But I have my computer open a lot while I'm cooking, but I don't necessarily want to scroll through this entire website looking for flour is easy to find, but sugar is kind of a good example. There's a lot of different kinds of sugar on here. Still haven't even found my way to just regular old sugar. Wait, was it that? Sugar substitute. There it is, granulated white sugar. It would be a little easier if this were a text file on our computer, some kind of script. I started writing an example of this in Python that would do conversions for me automatically. I thought it was really cool, but the video got really into the weeds. Let's just make a quick ingredient weights script. First, we're going to have a CSV. Let's just put all this stuff here. I pasted it. If I search through this file, this looks unstructured, but if I search through this file for the tab character, we can see that it's a tab separated file. Okay, and now super quick script. Weights dot, you know what, let's just make it a bash script. Weights dot sh, cat ingredient weights dot CSV. We're going to add a little bit more to that, but let's just open a terminal and type weights.sh, and it's catting, it's printing all of these things. And why is that more helpful than a web page? Well, I can use grep. Show me the yeasts only. Oops, that should be the case insensitive grep. I can make this a bit easier to use by switching to RG instead of a grep, which still does not default to case insensitive. Did not know that actually, but back to my point, I can get the flour values here too. So many flours in here, so I might go into ingredient weights and edit these so that there aren't quite as many to sort through. Another issue with this is that, okay, the output does not really include the headers. So I have a couple of options here. I could write a script pretty easily that would, instead of grepping it, I could also, I could make it take my argument and it would search the file for my argument itself, but it would still print the headers. I think instead of that, I'm just going to go into the weights file and edit it so that the headers are in each of these rows. So one way to do that is with a find and replace with capture groups. This is editor specific, but still will be helpful. So let's say we can write our pattern, right? This is what I've written so far. You can see down here in the, we make it big text mode so the command is a little easier to see. %s is the find and replace command. Group 1 is going to be the name. We're not going to edit that one. And then a tab. And then I'm going to write an escape character open paren, escape character close paren, and that'll be the first group. Another tab. Second group. Another tab, and then the third capture group. And then this will always take us to the end of the line. Okay, so, oops, actually, since let's not capture the first string. Okay, so here's how we're going to replace it. We're going to replace it with, well, let's keep the tabs in there. Our goal is to put the headers into each row, into each cell of each row, so that they can be read from the output of grep. So let's just write volume 1. And so now it's helpfully showing me what it's going to put in there. It's unhelpfully making this replacement in the first line too, but we can undo that, or we can think of something to handle that. Let's keep going. New tab, ounces, escape group 2, tab, and finally grams, escape group 3. Do it. I'm happy with this. I'm gonna undo it though and make one change. First of all, can we I'm gonna make that substitution. Let's also add a delimiter that separates the I think I'm gonna put it, let's use pipes maybe instead of tabs, and that way we can separate everything out a little more visually clearly. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Let's see what it looks like from the output of grep. Okay, that's a little bit easier. That's a little bit easier. One thing I have to do is replace the headers here. I think it's possible I will sometimes accidentally retrieve them. I do still have tabs in the headers only, so let's just replace them with space, pipe, space. And there was one odd, there's this odd character here. Let's just find and replace t dot spoon with t spoon, because I don't know where that came from. I think it's some internet HTML character. But here we are. We are already at a state where we can cat ingredient weights. And since we ended up with such a simple script, this does not necessarily deserve to be its own script file. I could also just put in my bash aliases file something like alias weights equals cat ingredient. I would need to pass the full script .csv, and then I wouldn't have to have this I wouldn't then have to have this weights.sh file in my scripts folder, which is pretty thin and useless. One other change that I'm going to actually make here is rename it from weights.sh to weights. Oops, that did not work. In Emacs, I have to go back up in here and select that. Okay, so now I actually should not need to be in this folder. Oops, it needs to be executable. Everything in there should be executable. Okay, yep, that's not the current directory anymore, of course. Just doing a little bit more troubleshooting. Okay, we're in good shape. We're in good shape. We can now see the important data here. Let's do one more thing, though. I actually don't care about almost any of this crap. I really only use all-purpose flour. So let's add a place marker to our file. Let's go in here, and for things like all-purpose flour, let's start it with an asterisk, and also granulated white sugar. What else? Let's think of baking powder and baking soda. We'll start those with a asterisk, and that is a way for us to, how did those end up without any ounces count? I guess it's because they're too small to count. Okay, fair enough, I guess I can see that. Anyway, we now, back in our script, we're going to Ooh, I don't really know how to do this in Bash anymore, so let's make it weights.py. Sorry for my poor Bash knowledge. This is in fact trivial in Bash, but just for the sake of being unblocked, I need to give myself the ability to pass an argument. So we're going to read the command line arguments from sys.argv. Okay, so we will read this file and we will write it. And we will check if it starts with the signal file, but first let's check if the user wants. I don't remember how long this is usually supposed to be, but we are just going to and we need to parenthesize this, and that should just evaluate to true if the user passed this argument and false otherwise. So we print the line if the user wants everything, or the line starts with a literal star asterisk. Okay, and that literally should be it. Let's run our script again. I think I need to make it executable once more. Okay, good. It did not work. We're almost there though, I have to imagine. I'm just going to put a breakpoint in here to see what's going on. It's not running this. Oops, okay, right. Okay, waits, and now I can get rid of my breakpoint because I figured out what was going on. Okay, we're in good shape. Now it's only printing out the important line. Couple quick edits and then I will wrap up. We do not really want it to print the asterisk. We can just say lstrip and it will remove from the left all instances of a character that will pass, and we will also say when we print, we don't need to print a new line because there is a new line at the end of the file. Good, there we go. We've got everything printed that we need. It's a little unfortunate that these aren't aligned. How long have we been recording? You know, I usually have tabulate installed. We could make it print a pretty table, but this video has already gone on a little long. Maybe I'll do that off camera. Thanks for watching. I hope this gave you some curiosity and some ideas about writing interesting personal scripts for your own purposes.